After Deku's discovery in the last episode, he's able to quickly adapt and even manages to land the scratch on Gran Torino. I mean, that really means a lot. I mean, Gran Torino's like a seasoned hero with many years of experience under his belt. So, and even he thinks that Deku has so much potential because Deku adapts really quickly. He also thinks a lot and is really calculating when he fights. And he thinks Deku's going to be an absolute monster when he totally masters One for All. But in the next stage of their training, they decide to travel to Shibuya to fight crime there to keep Deku, on his toes and keeping him from learning weird habits while only fighting Gran Torino. I mean, if you have like a sparring partner in like a martial art or something, and you're able to like read them after a certain while and you just adapt to their fighting style. But that's a bad thing though, because you get lulled into like a sense of security, and you won't really know how to react when some guy throws a curveball at you. So that was their point of going to Shibuya. But through pure chance, they end up in the middle of an attack by the League of Villains. But before all this happens, the guy that works with Ida at the agency notices that he's there to get revenge, basically, and warns him against it. We find out that the heroes actually don't have the ability to arrest or punish bad guys and do basically vigilante justice. Their abilities are actually regulated and they can't use their quirks for themselves. It's actually a crime. But that doesn't really stop Ida because, how is he supposed to feel, right? Like, is he just supposed to forgive and forget what Stain did to his brother, right? His entire world, right? His entire just foundation was just shattered when his brother fell. But through a cruel twist of fate, or maybe in his opinion, like an act of providence, right? He comes face to face with Stain during the attack. This might be weird to say, but I feel like Stain is an honorable villain. Like, I kind of understand why he's doing it. It's not like he's not like Shigaraki, who's just trying to destroy things because he feels like it and he's just angry and being like, a moody teenager, right? He does this because he's trying to rock the boat and change the status quo of the hero system. I've noticed some heroes have become more interested in like the celebrity aspect of things and rather than doing like hero stuff. Damn. In fact, we see the woman that Momo's working with is only concerned with doing like photo shoots and PR events rather than, going out training and doing hero stuff. When you have a system where, all the people with quirks are placed in the public, where everyone can see them, you're gonna have like celebrities and fanboy and fangirl stuff going on. So you're gonna attract people who are more interested in the celebrity side of things, just to raise their popularity and status. I can see a parallel in One Punch Man where popularity plays a big role in the dynamics of hero work, and occasionally their egos just clash. So Stain isn't really cool with any of this, and the sad thing is, after he leaves the trail of destruction, right, the cities that he's been in actually have a lower crime rate because the heroes are actually, they get a nice kick in the butt basically, and they're like, oh shoot, I probably have to go out there and do something, and fight crime like I'm supposed to. And it's sad it has to come to this in order for like heroes to do hero stuff. But at the same time, why can't they do both, right? Like help people and bask in the glory of your good deeds and achievements, right? I'm pretty sure there's heroes like this. So, Stain's really just casting like a blanket statement out there, But yeah, Stain heads back to Hosu City and Shigaraki follows him and the teenager angst comes out and he decides he's going to get back at Stain for stabbing him in the shoulder. And he unleashes like multiple no-moves in the city. Great. As if one wasn't bad enough. Now he got many. And then we end on a cliffhanger. I feel like the craziest thing this episode, though, was the DNA test they did on Nomu and the results we got. It's pretty worrying, The police officer came and met All Might and basically broke his security protocol and revealed the information to him. We find out that Nomu, we used to be a normal-ish looking guy, and he was just heavily engineered, and he's got like DNA from like at least 4 people. That's not even possible. But the most worrying part is that he's able to hold on to multiple quirks. Problem is, you can't just get quirks out of thin air. Someone has to be able to give it to you or pass it on to you, like what All Might did with one for all with Deku. And so this is where like the manga readers kind of know way more than the anime only watchers. But All Might's response to the discovery hints at, whoever's behind all of this trouble has deep history with All Might. So this episode is pretty good. We got to see what the heroes were doing before, all of this went down and all the mayhem breaks loose. I'm looking forward to seeing the different heroes and students fighting against all the Nomus. I mean, like last season, like one of them was already too much for these kids to handle, right? But now I guess they have more experience. I also can't wait to see Deku use his new abilities against the villains as well. So what did you guys think about this episode? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.